episode 3 of the spooky bite-sized folklore tales. For me personally, this is the scariest one that I've researched up to now, so lean in close and listen carefully. Krakens, also known as the demon of the abyss. Do you know how scary that is? The demon of the abyss. The imagery that sparks in my mind. The Kraken is Scandinavian mythology, said to be seen between Greenland, Iceland, and Norway. What is a Kraken? For me personally, a Kraken is the most terrifying piece of folklore. Not only because I have a fear of open water, but I feel like this has got the most potential to be real. And if Vikings feared Krakens, little old me, come on now. What does a Kraken look like? So if you could imagine an octopus, that's big. For me, that's big. That's terrifying. A Kraken is much, much, much bigger. It looks similar to an octopus, but just on a larger scale. Just huge. So if you're from Liverpool, if you could imagine a lava building and an octopus the size of a lava building wrapped around the lava building, crushing it. That is disgusting. Even when I just go by the lava building, it's so big and tall, it actually frightens me a little bit. If you could imagine being in London, looking up at Big Ben, it'd be about 2.5 Big Bens. Oh my god, I'm scared of myself. Let's think of a Colosseum. A Kraken would be bigger than a Colosseum. A Colosseum could hold up to 50,000 to 80,000 people. A sea monster, bigger than that. So we're talking Olympic-sized stadiums, bigger than that. I also read that it's so large, it could be mistaken for an island. Could you imagine landing on holiday somewhere, going to the beach? Obviously, you're chilling by the sea. It's got like all the hard rocks at the side, crustaceans, all of that stuff. Next minute, all rocks start falling, landslide. Next minute, you see a big tentacle rise from the sea. Boom! Splash all the way down, water going everywhere. You look into the sea and you see a humongous eye opening and looking at you. Half failure right then for me. Done. First accounts of the Kraken date back to the 13th century, so that's over 800 years ago. That's even more scary because if you think about evolution and how we think about evolution and how things evolve, it's had over 800 years to get bigger and adapt, become better at hiding, become more skillful in hunting its prey. I'm never going into the water again. Why would I just scare myself like that? Only 20% of the ocean has been explored, so that leaves 80% of the ocean unexplored. I'm not bothered. Krakens are real. They must be real. 80% of the ocean has not been explored. You can't even comprehend how deep that actually is. You can't even comprehend the amount of undiscovered species that we haven't found. And a Kraken is meant to be a myth. A Kraken is 100% real. I'm going to tell you a story. Shout out to my sisters as well. They've got Norwegian heritage. Love yous. In the deep, cold waters of the North Atlantic, off the coast of Norway and Greenland, there lived a giant sea monster known as the Kraken. Sailors and fishermen whispered of its enormous size, describing it as a creature with tentacles so long and powerful that it could reach the tops of ships' masts. And we all know how big ships are. That's disgusting. The Kraken was said to dwell at great depths, only servicing to terrorise sailors and drag entire ships down to the ocean floor. The monster's body was often compared to an island, so vast that when it surfaced, it was sometimes mistaken for land. In one particular harrowing tale, a Norwegian ship, the Valhalla, was making its way through the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic. Seasoned sailors knew the risks of these waters, but were drawn by the promise of abundant fish and trade. One calm afternoon, as the Valhalla sailed smoothly, the sea around the ship began to churn. Suddenly, massive tentacles, each as thick as a tree trunk, emerged from the depths. The crew watched in horror as the Kraken serviced, its enormous body rising like a dark mountain from the ocean. The Kraken's tentacles wrapped around the ship, splintering wood and snapping ropes. The sailors fought bravely, hacking at the monstrous limbs with axes and swords, but their effort seems futile against the beast's sheer strength. The Kraken's eyes, glowing like lanterns, stared at the crew as if deciding their fate. Just as all hope seemed lost, the ship's captain, known for his quick thinking and bravery, had an idea. He ordered the crew to throw barrels of fish and other provisions overboard, hoping to distract the Kraken. The monster, attracted by the sudden influx of food, loosened its grip on the ship to investigate. Stupid Kraken, you had your whole lunch sorted there. Seizing the opportunity, the captain commanded the crew to hoist sails and steer the ship away from the creature as quickly as possible. With the wind at their backs, the Valhalla managed to escape, leaving the Kraken to its feast. The Valhalla returned to Norway. Norway? The Valhalla returned to Norway, battered but intact. The sailors recounted their encounter with the Kraken, describing the monster in vivid detail. Their tales spread quickly, and to the lore and fear surrounding the mysterious creature of the deep. The Kraken's legend has persisted through the centuries, inspiring countless tales, artworks, and even scientific curiosity. When science is involved, that's when it starts to get real, about what might still be hidden in the unexplored depths of our oceans. That's definitely the most terrifying piece that I've read up on. As I said, personally, open water freaks me out. I've been conquering the fear for a few years now by going into the open water, scuba diving, just going into the sea, because this is what I would think of. It's terrifying, and I truly believe with my whole heart that in the depths of the ocean, a kraken lurks, or a few krakens lurk. The creatures that are in the ocean now that we know of, the aliens. That's another video. Thank you for tuning in. If you know any stories about krakens, please comment. As I say every time, let's keep the conversation going. If you are Scandinavian and you have got any grandparents that have passed any stories down to you, please comment. I'm so interested in other people's cultures and the folklore that are within them cultures. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I am going to try and get one out every single week. Thanks for tuning in. Also, I'm thinking about doing long form videos too. I'm currently researching into demonology. I will be putting that up on YouTube though, because it's going to be a long form video. So if you're interested in that, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link's in my bio. See you soon. Yo.